Madaming nagtatanong sa akin lately, humihingi ng tips and advice kung paano ba mag-attract ng cycling community sa kanilang mga respective business establishments. Well, madaming factors ang kailangan i-consider at may kasama ako today na bike commuters and cycling advocates who are always out there looking for a good hangout spot in the city. We'll discuss and answer the question, ano nga bang hinahanap ng mga siklista pagdating sa mga lugar na pwedeng kainan or tambayan? This is Lester Baviera and you're listening to Tambike Session, an Anima podcast. Like what I said earlier, I'm with two cyclists na madalas kong ka-exchange ng mga recommendations sa mga magagandang bike-friendly spots sa Metro Manila. Welcome to Tambike Session, Eli Gotian and Justin De Jos.
Hello, Lester.
Hi, Lester.
Hi guys, welcome and thank you at pinaunlakan nyo ang aking invitation dito sa Tambike Session. Kamusta kayo? When's your last bike ride?
Last bike ride actually kanina lang this morning. Brought my sister to my auntie's place kasi first time niya pumunta doon with a bike. So, showed her the way, dropped her off, tapos umuwi. So, short bike ride lang for today.
Ako naman, this morning din, I took a short ride lang before doing work. Bumili lang ako ng kape. May bagong Tim Hortons na nag-open dito malapit sa amin.
Okay naman yung spot.
Okay naman, pero medyo hostile sila sa cyclists. Or feel ko with anyone. So yun.
That's something that they could improve on in the future or soon. How often do you ride your bicycle? Para lang sa mga nakikinig sa atin who doesn't know your cycling activities. Justin, ikaw?
As much as possible, bike lang ginagamit ko. So, in a week, siguro 5 times a week for everything. Pag-commute to work, tambay, longer rides, around 5 times a week for me.
How about you, Eli?
Ako mga 4, a bit less. So around 4, minsan 5 if I get lucky. Usually nga, same for work, for commute. Pero I guess yun lang minsan for weekends kapag kasama ko yung fam. Yun, nakakotse. But other than that, usually nakabike rin.
Well, ako din, I usually ride my bike if I go to places, run errands, or I ride my bike kapag may shoot or kapag may meeting, and whenever I hang out with friends, usually every weekend, nagbabike talaga ako. Look for a nice cafe at makipagkwentuhan and makipag-connect with my friends. Well, the three of us, we like hanging out with friends, di ba? And kayong dalawa ba, what are the things that you're looking for in hangout place? Lalo na kapag nakabisikleta kayo. Anyone can answer.
Ako, personally, kunyari, even hanging out with non-bike friends, kunyari, usually kasi people who are around us, kunyari, pag when we hang out with Lester, Eli, and the others, usually lahat same yung problema eh. Saan ko pa park yung bike? For me, as long as kita mo yung bike from your table, yun yung pinaka bare minimum na parang okay for me. Basta kita natin yung bike from or wherever we're sitting. Kasi parang hirap ng pag off-site siya eh. Kasi yun, alam mo na, baka madalas nakawan yun, etc.
Totoo. Parang di mo alam, malingat ka lang, biglang wala na yung bisikleta mo, which something that you wouldn't want, di ba?
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Ako din, as much as possible, gusto ko nakikita ko yung bike ko eh. So, ikaw, Justin, okay lang sa'yo na nakikita yung bike mo kahit hindi siya nakalock?
Okay lang, basta merong security guard din na nakapwesto malapit dun sa bike. Pero, as much as possible, kasi kahit may mga nakabantay, tas hindi nakalock yung bike, malaking chance pwede pa rin manakaw yung bike eh. So, advisable, kita siya, pero also nakalock din to something fixed.
Ako naman, okay lang din sa akin na iwan yung bike ko. Pero, so, ako personally, sobrang praning ko eh. So, minsan nilalock ko yung gulong with the bike frame. Walang bike rack ha. Walang bike parking. Nilalock ko yung gulong tsaka yung frame para sure na hindi niya pwedeng maandar yon. So, if someone or a thief would get my bike, wala siyang choice kundi bitbitin yung bisikleta ko. Yung bike ko, it's a steel eh. Yung usual na bike na ginagamit ko, it's a steel. So, medyo mahihirapan siyang bitbitin yan kasi
Mabigat,
medyo
no?
mabigat. Yeah. Oh. How about you, Eli?
Well, for me, same lang rin. You have to see the bike. And especially kapag locked rin siya to something fixed. I think one thing that I look rin in an establishment, let's say if we hang out in the area, mas kampante o na may outdoor dining. I mean, I know it's a bit too much, but then having like a physical barrier, like a door or a window in between you and your bike pa. And obviously that creates that illusion then for, let's say, if someone's looking to steal your bike or something, alam nila na parang nasa loob kayo. I don't know if it's just me being a bit more planning, pero I rather be outside than myself to have it. But as long as I could see it, as long as it's locked to something, most of the time, okay naman.
I guess the three of us, we really like alfresco dining na at least kahit paano yung bike mo nasa gilid mo lang or yung bike mo madali mong makita. Pero what if you're gonna go to a place na nasa loob ng isang building? Paano yon? Ano yung requirement ninyo na or at least yung hinahanap ninyo na para pumunta kayo dun sa business establishment na yun? Halimbawa, a friend who owns a business, tapos sabi niya, oh, yung cafe ko nasa loob ng isang mall or nasa loob ng isang compound. What would you suggest to that person? Parang ano yung kailangan, ano yung hinahanap mo as a cyclist? Ako personally, hinahanap ko is at least a decent bike parking. When I say decent, a place where I can lock my bike na hindi siya magagasgas, a place na I'll feel na kaya kong iwan yung bike ko at hindi ako mapaparanoid throughout my whole experience na baka merong gumupit ng bike lock ko, merong nagnakaw ng some bike parts ko doon sa parking. How about you, Eli?
Same with you, dapat good bike parking. I'm sure there are a lot of bike parking examples out there that anyone can look at. Na it could fit any lock. Either you lock yan or yun string type. The cable type. But one thing I think that you said, Lester, na okay is that on a bike parking that won't get your bike any scratches. Whether that may be other bikes that are trying to remove it or yun actual bike parking na medyo magagaskas yung bike mo. Recently kasi my bike fell down because someone took his tapos
ouch,
nag-dent.
ang sakit.
Yeah, as in kita yun. So I think a properly made bike rack that is properly spaced and has a proper width na it could cater to any bike lock.
How about you, Justin?
Ako, yun din. Properly spaced na bike rack. Kasi usually when when businesses do bike racks, parang ang direction nila parate is pwede na. They don't research enough kung ano yung best na use case for certain bike racks. So, kunyari, dito sa Philippines, a lot of the bike racks na pinoproduce nila is yung hinahang yung saddle sa parang pole. So, parang triangle siya. Tapos nun may pole sa gitna. Tapos, iahang mo yung buong bike dun. Pero, it's not really that inclusive when it comes to parang accommodating any type of bike, especially if, kunyari, sa city ka magtatayo ng ganon. Usually kasi, yung mga ganong bike racks are used for mga sport cyclists at like trails and then some other parang sport-oriented areas like, let's say, Valley or Subic, etc. Parang feel ko establishments should research more on well-spaced bike racks. I mean, all the info is on the internet naman eh. Madaming best practice na bike racks that they could follow that would probably even be cheaper than what they actually do. Kasi, ayun, it could accommodate any type of bike. That's good for them kasi it won't parang narrow down their market to, let's say, mga people who are with mountain bikes They can also cater to the people with, kunyari, mga foldable, mga e-bike, road bikes, etc., and even commuter bikes. So ako, personally, I look for the bike parking that respects any type of bike. And so far, I think some establishments are starting to get it. For example, yung Robinson's Magnolia, even though hindi siya yung best na sample kasi they use yung parang mono na tube, isang mahabang tube lang na nagpaikot-ikot.
Yeah.
Even though hindi siya best practice, it's still well spaced. So I bring any type of bike that's available to me. Usually it fits well dun sa bike. Yun nga lang, nag-park ako sa dulo para hindi mabangga ng mga ibang bicycles when coming out.
A good tip for those who would like to park their bike sa gilid, no? Kasi parang hindi ka parang automatic hindi ka masiksikan.
True. Tsaka mas less prone masagi pag naka-park ka sa gilid eh.
This time, someone asked me, isang tao wants to capture the cycling communities in their businesses. Sabi niya, ano ba yung kailangan kong gawin para ma-invite ko or ma-entice ko yung cycling market sa business ko? Particularly, it's a restaurant in Metro Manila. So, and Justin and Eli, yan, lagi tayong gumagala at kumakain sa mga restaurants. Paano ba ma-capture yung group of cyclists into going to this establishment, into these restaurants, into these cafes? Ikaw, Justin.
Okay. For me, two things. One, dedicated na bike parking. Yung hindi yung, kasi usually, di ba, pag pupunta ka restaurant somewhere, let's say sa Scout area o kaya sa Ortigas, ang gagawin nila, parang pag ipapark mo yung bike mo, tatabi mo lang sa gilid, malapit sa guard. O kaya, kung saan man may railing ng, kunyari, mga LPG tank nila, doon mo tatabi, tas lock. Diba? Parang, if you wanted to capture the market ng cyclists, maganda siguro na mayroong dedicated na parking slot for them. Kasi one parking slot would probably accommodate siguro 5 to 8 bikes, ideally. Given na yung properly spaced din siya. If may ganon, tapos nun malapit lang siya dun sa may guard, I think that would give confidence for anyone who wanted to go to their establishment for, let's say, a meeting o kaya, pag kunyari, gusto nila tumambay without worrying too much about their bike. Kasi yun nga, parang biggest part sa atin is sobrang praning tayo pag pinapark natin siya somewhere sa labas ng establishment, diba?
Sobrang praning. Totoo yan.
Okay, and then number 2, accessible na comfort room. Kunyari, let's say, tatambay ka with friends na hindi nagbike, tas ikaw dadating ka nakabike. Siyempre, being in a tropical country, it's quite humid din. Medyo hindi kayang iwasan na pawis-pawis ka pagdating.
Totoo yan.
So,
totoo yan.
Maybe an accessible comfort room at the very least. Kung may shower, okay din. Pero
yeah, I mean, that's...
I don't think required naman.
Pero at least something to freshen up the cyclist, diba? Sometimes I bring extra clothes para lang, I know that I can be at least fresh kahit papaano when meeting friends, especially non-cycling friends. Kasi kung cycling friends, parang maintindihan nila na you're all on the same page na
basa-basa.
Yes, correct. How about you, Eli? Ano yung mga factors na kailangan i-consider para na-capture yung cycling market or yung cycling community?
Well, one, like what Justin said, parking, and we've talked about that the past few topics. But one thing I think for me that really gets or what captures the attention of the cycling community is if the store is visible, not just just a sign or something, but then you actually see the store. Because us cyclists compared to cars, we go in a slower pace. Once we cycle through the area, we really notice every single store in the area. And if your store, we could see that, it's visible, it's inviting as well. Matatempt ka, ano tong hole in the wall? What is this over here? So you have to catch the attention of the cyclist, and it's not that hard to do. That's what's really gonna get their attention. So a restaurant that is visible, so as well as alfresco dining as well. Us cyclists, medyo mahirap pawis, tapos aircon, tapos labas. I mean,
Yeah, that's
with
true.
nowadays with the weather, I mean, there are times na gusto namin ng fresh air, 'di ba? Place to sit down, fresh air, see our bikes from the outside.
I agree with what the two of you said. I would like to add na I think importante din yung relationship na binibuild ng mga tao, ng staff, ng owners doon sa cycling communities. Other restaurants, they would just like outright say, oh, we're bike friendly. Oh, we have bike racks here. Pero if it doesn't feel genuine na you welcome bikers to your establishment, mararamdaman yun nung customers mo na, oh, bakit parang hindi naman talaga sila bike friendly. We have witnessed some good businesses who manage to capture the cycling communities na paulit-ulit yung mga bikers na pumupunta sa lugar nila. Parang let's say halimbawa, there's this cafe in Pasig, yung Onesie in Capitolio. Well, it also helps na nagbabike yung owners, 'di ba? Yung baristas ng cafe na yun. So, cyclists can really connect to these people. Like for example, during one of their breaks na nakikipag-usap sila sa mga cyclists, exchanging thoughts about bicycles. Meron din namang mga establishments na hindi naman nagbabike yung mga staff and yung owners, pero they know how to care for the bicycles of their clients or of their patrons. Kaya parang okay siya eh. Parang feeling ko dapat genuine yung relationship na nabubuo para nagre-return din yung mga tao. Another thing, like halimbawa sa Valenzuela, di ba? Yung Tagalog Fishing Village. Ano yun eh, people really go and bike there kasi everyone understands kung ano yung needs ng mga cyclists. Parang it doesn't really matter kung merong bike parking doon eh. Pero dahil yung mga tao, yung mga may-ari ng mga kainan doon, may-ari ng mga stores, they know na, oh, nagbabike yung market natin. We will make sure na safe yung mga vehicles nila whenever they go to our establishments.
Also, just to add, a little discount at times doesn't hurt.
Ano,
I mean,
discounts? Oo nga, no?
a little discount. I mean, yeah, like let's say if you come through bike, usually some coffee shops they offer like say 5% discount. I mean, it's not required, but then it's something, to motivate at least when you see online. Oh, I plan to go to this area. Ito, may discount to. I mean, it helps.
Meron isang coffee shop na that also sells beer sa poblasyon na I'd like to shout out specifically for accommodating cyclists. Kasi I think originally hindi nila plano magkaroon or hindi naman nila tina-target na market yung cyclists. If you've been to Good Shit or Good Shot,
I've been. I
the
really
first
like
few
that
months,
place.
diba, it's super nice. There was one time na sobrang dami namin pumunta doon. Tapos we didn't know where to put the bike. So nag-overflow na siya onto the sidewalk across the street. Pero back then, wala pa at all silang bike rack. Pero they noticed na naging parang good spot siya for tambays. So they started accommodating specifically cyclists. They made a rack na for their parang loyal na cyclist customers who bring even newer cyclists to the spot. So slowly, I feel like once you get the attention of nung kunyari core group ng mga tambay na cyclists sa area mo, it will bring in more people eventually. Kasi syempre may mga kaibigan niya na dadayo. Yes. Tapos meron din, di ba?
I've been to Good Shit then, and it's really a nice area kung saan madaming nagbibisikleta and they really welcome you. Kahit nga yung mga hindi umu-order eh. Parang, yung iba nakokonsensya na, sige, order na din ako kasi, I'm hanging out in this place. Pero the owners and the staff, parang, they just, sige, park mo lang yung bike mo, okay lang. If you wanna hang out, wait for your friends, go lang. Parang, yeah, I think very genuine yung approach nila toward bikers. And it really pays. As in, even until now, I think sobrang dami pa din na naghahang dun sa lugar. Speaking of Poblacion, another place there na walang bike parking but cyclists like going there is yung Kaukay. yung Thai restaurant na parang nandun lang yung bike mo eh. Nakapark lang yun sa gilid. Sama-sama ka with your friends and you'll feel safe. And parang yung mga staff doon, sige lang po, ilagay nyo lang dyan yung bike nyo. Okay lang, ilock nyo na lang yung bike nyo.
I'll give yung management ng Robinson's Magnolia
Yeah.
as like a good example, good practice for how to manage yung cycling community or at least accepting people who are on bikes. Kasi usually, for example, yung mga other big malls, they have bike parking. They accommodate the cyclists. Pero medyo, you're still kind of shied away. Parang you're not fully welcome. Dun sa, for example, kasi sa Robbins Magnolia, parang they fully embrace the idea na, oh, okay, we have a lot of people or at least we have a market na of cycle commuters. Typically, ang iniisip ng tao, di ba, pag nakabike ka, wala kang pang-spend, etc., etc. Pero as the pandemic showed na a lot of people on all classes, they'd really want parang more accessible bike infrastructure. Parang the way na na-train yung mga security guards sa Robmag is parang a-accommodate nyo na lang anyone talaga who's on a bike. I'm not gonna name a certain LGUs pero sobrang hostile nila sa mga
Nakabisikleta.
for example yung sa mga nakabike na logistics providers natin.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's so sad, no? Another mall na natuwa din ako recently is yung Greenbelt. Sa Greenbelt, may meeting ako sa one of those restaurants there and during the meeting, hindi ako na paranoid sa bike ko kasi you surrender your ID, may gwardiya sa entrance and sa exit. And tapos very spacious yung bike parking nila. I think yung mall na yon has been advocating na hey, we're bike friendly and I felt that they're really genuine about it.
I think it's really more on the staff, like what you said. There are a lot of staff na they're trained or they're told to not be discriminative of whoever is going to their establishment. A lot of them nga direct you to where the bike parking is. They show you where it's located, and then they actually comfort you. There are times they say, oh, manaming nag-park dito, manaming nag-bike dito. And obviously that gives some level of security to you as a biker. Now you know that people do park here, people do eat here that are cyclists. So a lot of it is PR, and that's the name of the game when it comes to these food businesses, diba? Yeah, I think just proper orientation, and that starts from the top. That starts from management, and you could see naman na these staff, either if mga waiter, waitresses, security guards, at the end of the day, they're just following the orders of management. Like there are times that they don't want to shoo you away, but they can't do anything. That's their job, diba? So a lot of it starts with the top, and it starts when the upper management or the owners realize that cyclists, they're part of the
Market.
they're part of the market, right? And they're the type of customer who repeats a lot compared to people on cars. That's actually proven in certain study that people on bikes go to establishments or repeat going to establishments a lot more. So hopefully we can get more upper management, more CEOs, more owners of businesses to realize the power of bikes, that bikes bring business.
So merong nagtanong dito, kailangan ba ng shower? Well, na briefly na pag-usapan na yan kanina or na-mention na yan ni Justin Pero kailangan ba ng shower? I think it really depends kung ano yung market mo. Like for example, kung nasa Clark ka na yung cyclist is parang into racing, kung yung market mo would be those people who would exercise in the morning tapos papasok sa work after, I think that would help, di ba? Parang it's a welcome addition, and if my clients would use the showers, well, it's good, di ba? Parang meron ka ng it feels welcoming as a biker na parang, oh, may shower. Thank you very much. Kayo, how about you? Showers, is it necessary?
Ako let's say for restaurants or like malls, usually hindi na kailangan. Usually, I guess for going to work, I think if you do a proper survey, proper data gathering. Let's say in a certain building, this percentage would, let's say, are biking or would want to switch to bike if there are showers. I say, why not, right? Uh, but then for the bare minimum, let's say ako, I go to office sa may Pasig and park my bike. I just bring an extra shirt and then pampunas and then just go to the CR, freshen up a bit and then change to polo and then I'm okay. But obviously, if it's different per person. So if a huge amount or a reasonable amount would want to use a shower when going to their end establishment or the establishment, I mean, why not?
Ako feel ko pag, kunyari, medium or small enterprise, especially sa city, I doubt na, lalo na if hindi specialized to bikes yung market, feel ko unnecessary na to have a shower.
Yeah.
A reasonable na comfort room lang, reasonably accessible comfort room would be enough for mga MSE. Pero pag, let's say, mga malls, since may variety din ng tao na pumupunta doon, feel ko, I think it's more acceptable to have, for malls to have this public utility. Even, kahit nga sa staff lang nila eh. Pero, better if sa lahat na ng pumupunta sa mall. And then they can make like some sort of, kunyari, siguro may bayad din kasi syempre may maintenance din ng mga showers, etc. Pero I feel like mga malls should have at the bare minimum. Especially sa mga central business districts. Sa dami ng tao na pumupunta doon.
Totoo. I remember also one friend telling me na he's happy with a certain gym kasi malapit yun sa workplace niya and nakakapag-bike commute siya kasi walang shower dun sa ano niya sa office niya So, pupunta muna siya dun sa gym para mag-shower and then he's ready to go to work. Tapos sabi niya, nung natapos yung contract with that gym, parang he considered renewing it kasi nga because of the shower. Kasi yung ibang gyms walang shower, di ba? So, I think that's really, one factor is really to determine sino ba yung market mo, ano ba yung cycling community na gusto mong i-target. Speaking of payment, like what Justin mentioned, how much would you pay for a shower? For example, halimbawa, sa Clark merong isang cafe na merong shower. So it was beneficial ata kasi nung yung mga nag-race, yung mga nagkarera in the recent event na nangyari sa Clark, parang naging convenient yun for them to freshen up kasi nga ang dumi nila after a gravel race So they paid 50 pesos per use. Do you think that's decent or would you pay more? How much are you willing to pay for a shower? For a shower with, let's say, nice shampoo and soap.
Oh, provided ng
provided. Sana naman provided. Parang hirap na. Pwede ka nang bumili dyan sa tindahan pero di ba what mas convenient na meron?
Kung provided, minimum siguro 50 pesos.
Ako I would be willing to pay 50 pesos then. How about you, Eli?
Yeah, I think 50. 50. But then, let's say kung maganda talaga yung shower, diba? Like, nice
may hot water, ganun.
Yes, may hot water. I don't mind, let's say, 100. Let's say I don't use it often. Maybe once in a while, probably for a more formal event. Let's say in a hotel or an events place, I could possible na up to 100. Let's say if I don't go there often, or if I could add another great place to have showers, especially for cyclists, that would increase yung mode switch is schools, universities. I really think now the more showers and especially some that are maybe possibly dedicated to cyclists, a lot more kids right now, especially with the public transportation, they would use their bikes a lot more, provided na may shower. I mean, it helps because they're there the whole day as well. Late night for projects, etc. It would be very useful.
For projects.
Yes, for
projects.
Quote-unquote projects, yes. Okay, meron din nagtanong, how about bike parts? Magbebenta na din ba sila ng bike? Ganyan, para maka-attract ng cycling community? Kasi uso yung bike shop tapos may cafe, di ba? What do you think about this?
Ako, feel ko at most consumables. For example, mga tube, ganun. Tapos baka may bike pump sila.
Yeah,
Something
pwede,
like that.
no? Bike repair station, gano'n.
Oo. For example, yung Shell sa Boso Boso, nagbebenta sila ng Maxis dun eh. I
Ng
think
mga
meron din yatang
gulong.
gulong eh. Oo.
Mga interiors,
So,
yeah. Parang that would be helpful, no? Parang, oy, merong nagbebenta dito na lang tayo bumili sa convenience store na to.
oo. Or baka may na-flatan, hindi
Yeah.
na sila lalayo. It's just there.
It doesn't hurt naman siguro kung meron kang budget for extra, items or inventory in your store, right? How about you, Eli?
I think same. It's not really required to have certain bike parts in every store, but and to make yourself bike friendly. But then yeah, I think the basics would help. Like sabi nga ni Justin, a pump would do, some consumables, water, actually refillable water is also
Yes,
really good.
water really. Parang kung merong isang shop na may tubig, parang go for it. Dito na ako. Pero sa tingin ko, importante din na, especially for restaurants, for cafes, for coffee shops, na masarap yung pagkain at yung drinks na ino-offer. Kasi kung hindi yan masarap, syempre hindi ka naman tatangkilikin itong mga bikers na to, di ba?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for any restaurant, if your main goal is to have the best product out there, right? So that people will come back. I think one a bit different for cyclists, especially the on the road tayo, most of our, let's say, trips to restaurants and all, we don't necessarily go for the biggest meal, the most expensive meal. Sometimes, okay na tayo sa mga appetizers, sa coffees, bread, etc., etc. So I think, having those smaller items that are very filling, that are very, that have quality into it,
Yeah.
that's easy to take out as well, that tastes good, that would be super attractive to us cyclists.
Siguro start with the product muna. If you have the good product, regardless kung nagbabike ka o kayo nagka-car, pupuntahan ng tao yun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of how your establishment would accommodate this community. Sabi nga same as sabi ni Lester, if you train your people enough to accommodate everyone, not discriminative or anything, people will come to your place talaga. Kasi based on experience, kung ano yung mga establishments na fini-frequent natin, they're usually the ones who are very friendly to everyone or at least more inclusive. Ang mga hindi natin binabalikan usually yung mga sobrang discriminant na parang security guard pa lang, pinapaalis ka na. Parang, hello, I'm a paying customer. Why would you shoo me away? This would be a different story if kunyari nakakotse ako siguro, no? Parang ganun.
That's true. And at the same time, yun nga services aside from food are also important. Kung medyo masama yung trato sa mga bikers, sa mga naka-bisikleta, naka-two wheels, parang why would people entertain your business, di ba? Your establishment. So I think those things are more important more than being bike friendly. Focus on the products that you're selling first and then make it friendly to the community that you want to cater. Ito, curious ako. Please answer this question. Will you travel far for a hangout to a destination para tumambay? Well, far is relative. Siguro mga 10 to 15 kilometers from your home. Yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, if given a bike friendly siya, or it's a good place to hang out, yeah, I would. It actually makes the destination a lot sweeter kasi nagbike ka doon. One, most of the time hindi ka stressed going there. Two, nakapag-exercise ka na rin going there. So you have a bigger appetite as well for any food that you're about to eat. So 5 to 10, yeah, why not? It's a good warm up before meeting people. You're not inside, let's say, a certain vehicle na parang naka-enclose ka or stuck in traffic. To go to a place, tapos you're there with a fresh, nice mindset, diba, of meeting people, of eating. It creates a whole different experience.
Ako kasi parang wala akong ganong choice eh. Kasi yung mga kaibigan ko, gustong tumatambay sa Pasig, gustong tumatambay sa Makati, or nagkaroon nga ng tambayan sa Quezon City which is quite near in where I live. I live in Manila. So, sa Kuro, sa Katipunan Avenue, pero medyo 10 kilometers din siya away from my house. So, medyo wala akong choice. If I really wanna hang out with my friends, I would probably, yeah, travel far. Kaya nga sana worth it yung destination. Kasi medyo, for a hangout, papadyak ako ng malayo for friends. So, sana masarap yung pagkain, sana masarap yung drink. Ikaw, Justin, will you travel far?
Ako, I would. Kasi a lot of the bike-friendly na establishments now within, let's say, 3 kilometers from where I live, they're not really that bike-friendly. And even yung mga masasarap na kainan, parang medyo iffy minsan yung kunyari, may time masungit yung guard, may time na hindi. So parang there's a lot of anxiety attached to parang going around yung mga establishments near my area. So if kunyari may nag-aya to more progressive areas in terms of parang how accepting sa mga bicycles or people on bikes, ako game lang. Kunyari, especially yung a lot of the cycling community congregate sa Makati eh. So a lot of the establishments there are quite used to having a lot of people on bikes who are willing to spend their restaurants.
Yeah, just to add, I think for people that want to put up, let's say, bagong business or want to switch or transfer their restaurant somewhere, I think they should really consider looking for an area that has already an established, bunch of restaurants that are friendly to cyclists. Because for one, people are already there. Cyclists already go there. So when they see another establishment pop up there na friendly to cyclists, they have just more options to go to and more reasons to go to that place. So if you're a restaurant that wants to open up a new business, obviously you might want to check out areas in Pasig, areas in San Juan, areas in possibly BGC and Makati. Usually, dun yung areas about like where cyclists really go to because there are a lot of established bike-friendly clusters in the area. So you can't just look at from a one restaurant point of view, but then from a wider perspective of a cluster or an area na generally bike-friendly.
At the same time, I think importante din kung paano makakapunta yung bikers to your place. So I think these cafes, these restaurants, these establishments would like to make their place bike-friendly should also join the cause or should also join the advocacy sa mga LGUs nila to make their roads bike-friendly. Kasi kung hindi naman, kung hindi naman maayos yung daanan, mahirap puntahan yung lugar ninyo on a bike, why would people still go to your place? Let's say, di ba, may mga LGU na parang sobrang pagod na pagod tayo kapag nagbabike doon. So, di ba, parang why would we bike there kung mahirap naman yung puntahan? Kahit gaano pa kaganda yung place mo, kahit gaano pa kaganda yung kahit gaano pa ka bike friendly yung lugar mo, yung establishment mo, if going there would be difficult, yeah, cyclists wouldn't go there or you will have difficulties in capturing that market. Kasi obstacle pa lang papunta pa lang dun sa lugar mo or papunta pa lang dun sa business mo, obstacle na siya eh. So, ayan, I hope they join the cause to push for their areas to be bike friendly. Yung mga kalsada, yung environment.
If you're targeting yung market ng cyclists or at least people who ride bikes, I feel like pinakamagandang direction you could go is target convenience. So people who live near your business would be like the biggest patrons of the business.
I agree.
Para if once ma-capture mo yun, word of mouth, dadaan na yan through yung mga cycling groups. Unti-unti nang pupunta yung mga tao to your businesses. I feel like you have to target convenience. Make it easy for people to get to your business and make it easy for people to engage with your business. Kasi any type of like roadblock, especially if kunyari nagbabike ka to one establishment to another, isang roadblock lang and then one bad experience with your business, malaking chance slowly ma-ex na yan dun sa listahan ng grupo na yun. And then kakalat na yan to other groups, etc., etc. To make it convenient for them.
I think I just want to add on what you said, Lester, na the businesses really need to take part in the bigger advocacy or the bigger picture of, building a better or a more connected cycling network around the area. It may be through bike lanes, it may be through promoting it for their street to be car free, could be promoting, more or convincing other established or their fellow restaurants in the area to be bike friendly as well. I know some restaurant owners have been going around telling, oh, this is how much I get from people that are coming with bikes, right? So try it also. Here's proof that it happened. So we just need more engagement, and I think just to speak up, because it's your business at stake as well. So everyone wins. Everyone wins if we have an equitable access to establishments.
Yeah, totoo yan. So before we wrap this conversation, if someone approach you like, hey Eli, hey Justin, Lester, I'd like to have a business and I want to capture the cycling community, what's your number one tip? Well, among all of those things that we have said, at least yung number one na you would say na ano yung ma-recommend nyo sa kanila, or ano yung pwede nyong masabi sa kanila na ito yung gawin mo. Yung first thing that would come to your mind among all of the things that we have said. Okay, Justin.
Ako, bike parking. Good spaced out bike parking. Kung may ganun lang in any establishment, automatic na I'm gonna be a patron dun sa place na yun. And even like may mga actual samples na yun right now, kung sino yung mga big na malls o kaya estates that have good bike parking, doon dumudumog yung mga cyclists usually.
Ikaw, Eli.
Actually, well, same as Justin, but then I guess para maiba rin, the one thing I would say is to treat everyone equally. Train your staff to accommodate everyone, and to be, honestly, just to be kind. We need more kind people in this world. Like, it won't hurt. It won't hurt to be accommodating.
Yeah, ako naman, genuine service. So if you want to be bike friendly, make sure na hindi lang siya lip service. Make sure that you genuinely care for the market that you're targeting, which is the cycling community. Ayan, Eli and Justin, maraming salamat at pinaunlakan niyo yung invitation ko to give tips, advice to those establishments, to those businesses who would want to capture the cycling communities in their ventures, in their endeavors. At sana, dun sa mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon, meron kayong natutunan on how to make your place bike-friendly and accommodating to cyclists. And again, Eli, Justin, thank you very much. And sana magkita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod na Tambike session.